As I get back into role-playing games, I realize I really miss my dice. Now, I haven't gamed regularly in person in a very long time, and I've talked a little bit about this before, but when I was actively gaming, it was during the 3.5 days of Dungeons & Dragons, and I got rid of a lot of that stuff when I stopped playing. I know I probably shouldn't have, but I did. I needed the money. I didn't think I was going to use them anymore, that sort of thing. So a lot of my books got sold to either the local used bookstore here, or I sold it online. Now, I don't have those books anymore. I'm sure there's a few things here and there, the third-party stuff, the more obscure stuff, the more niche stuff that some of the used markets didn't want to pick up. I'm sure I've got those around here somewhere. But it's the dice that I miss the most, especially since I started playing again. Now that I'm gaming regularly online, I miss those dice. Now, I talked a little bit about this in the debut episode of the Untitled Generation X Nerd Show. If you haven't watched that yet, please consider checking it out when you're done with this video here and spend some time with Mike and I talking about the Dungeons & Dragons tag started by Ginny D a little bit ago. Anyway, in that video, I talked a little bit about how I have this collection of dice sitting in my storage shed. I don't know where in the storage shed they are, but I know they're there. I keep saying shed, I mean storage unit. And one of these days, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to start going through everything. I need to anyway, but I'm going to start going through everything. I'm going to find this box. This is a wooden box. It's painted brown. It's got a sliding wooden top. It's an old cigar box, and I keep all my dice in there, and I'm going to find those dice. I'm going to find that box. I'm going to lift it up. The clouds are going to part. The sun's going to shoot down and find the one hole in the ceiling at the storage unit facility. And that light's going to shoot through that hole and illuminate that box. And there will be angels singing somewhere, although this is Dungeons & Dragons, so maybe it's a diva singing somewhere. And I will finally have found my old friends. Oh, it'll be so nice. Fortunately, in the day of gaming online, you don't need dice. I was a little resistant to this idea. There's something tangible about it, literally. There's something nice and just warm and just fun about throwing dice yourself. I use online dice rollers. I have a set of really cheap dice that I've picked up, but one thing that I've noticed is that as I look up more Dungeons & Dragons Facebook pages and Facebook groups and anything else that Mark Zuckerberg and company are spying on me about whenever I go online, I'm getting ads automatically through Facebook for various dice companies. And I thought, you know what? They're not that expensive. Let's check them out, see if they're any good, see if they give me that feel that I'm looking for when it comes to throwing gaming dice. And we're going to start with this package that I got from Skull Splitter Dice. I don't know anything about Skull Splitter Dice. I don't know anything about the company. I really don't know anything about a number of these companies that have been trying to promote their dice to me on Facebook. These are companies that I either didn't know about back when I was gaming before, or they are new since I got out of the gaming habit and got back into the hobby. Not really sure, but Skull Splitter? That's just a cool name for a dice company, especially when those dice are being made specifically for the role-playing game market, and the most famous role-playing game, of course, being a high fantasy or sword and sorcery style fantasy game. So Skull Splitter Dice, the name itself sounds cool. I'm going to take the camera over to my table over here. We're going to open up this envelope together and check out these dice. At first I thought these were bubble wrapped, but really the bulkiness of the envelope was just the contents inside. You'll see what I mean here in a second. They also sent along a couple of stickers and a business card, that sort of thing. So there was a dice bag. I was not expecting or remembered ordering the dice bag, and as you can see, the dice are actually in a plastic bag. So the plastic bag plus the dice bag led to that kind of puffy feeling that you get when you think there might be something in bubble wrap. Those dice I didn't remember ordering. I thought I just ordered one set of dice. Vaguely. Honestly, I don't remember what I ordered when I got this, and then I've been sitting on the envelope for a bit too long. I like the bag quite a bit with the Skull Splitter logo, and then this bag here are the actual dice that I ordered, I believe, because it's the only complete set that came, and they feel really good in the hand. They're made out of plastic. I love the coloring. I love the way they look, and as I said earlier, the way they are colored and feel, it just feels right. Now this little bag is a metal D8. I wasn't expecting a D8. I need to double check and review my order with Skull Splitter Dice. I don't know if it was some sort of deal that I had signed up for. Not entirely sure. But whatever it was, I was expecting one set of dice. I ended up with a set of dice, a bonus set of dice, a few random dice, and a metal D8. And the whole thing, $10. $10 for 2 sets of dice and then some extra ones in case you need them for something else. I think that's a heck of a deal. Skull Splitter Dice really did me right with this order. I'm really happy with what I ended up with, and Skull Splitter Dice, you've got me as a longtime customer based on this order alone. Thanks for spending some time with me today here at the Dice Monster Dice YouTube channel. You can find out more about Dice Monster Dice over at DiceMonsterDice.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or like the Facebook page. We even have a Dice Monster Dice Discord server. There's not a lot of activity over there yet, and that's because you're not there yet. I'll make sure there's a link down below in the description for you to join the Discord server and check out the rest of what we're up to. Also, stay tuned because there is a super secret kind of sort of, because I just told you, I guess it's really not anymore, secret project in the works from Dice Monster Dice and the Harsh Kingdom. Stay tuned for that. Within the next week or two, there will be an announcement. I'm looking forward to that one, and I think you're going to dig it once we make more information about it available. Thanks again for being here. I really appreciate it. My name is Derek M. Cook, and I still need a clever way to end these videos.